Well, I just as much as we can find out, he's just a good kid and very serious about everything, and that's some of the things we look for, because it's very easy to get yourself in the wrong places at the wrong time, whatever. And it's not to say that nobody ever does that, everybody whatever, but it's just something that I want them to think about. That's what's actually on the trophy. We expect you to don't flinch when the American tradition of giving back is called upon. And our winners last year they've all had great years, not only on the field, but like Aaron Curry and them, they do a lot of nice work off the field, and Manti. So we've got Rolando's our first award this year, college. Now we're going to go somewhere for the next one, and hopefully that kid will be pretty good kid on the high school level.
How important is it, too, that the characteristics that he brings on and off the field to what you're supporting the cause and trying to eradicate steroids in college, and he's doing it the right way?
Well, I've played football. I watch it, and I still have an interest in it, and I don't like seeing the game get tarnished in any way, or it's given me a lot in life, and it's payback time. I mean, and that's what I expect from other kids that are lucky enough to play the game and are in a position to maybe change somebody else's life. And what's wrong with that? Rather than, I don't want to be sitting at home watching a Senate hearing about, football players and steroids, going through a Senate hearing like baseball. So that's why my son actually came up with the idea. Matt came up with the idea last year. Let's give it to a high school player and get them when it starts. And we did some surveys, had some surveys done, and we find that over 500,000 high school kids admit taking steroids. Can you imagine how many didn't admit it? A third of the new users are girls. And the big statistic that what I Play Clean is all about, 84% of the student athletes said that they never saw, heard, or anything about the information about steroids. So that's what we try to do with my website, IPlayClean.org, is answer questions for coaches, for parents, and athletes. Because I've met about 4 or 5 parents who lost their children to steroids through suicides. And they said, if only we knew maybe the symptoms, because you do, you got the roid rage, you get the acne problems, everything else. So, but they didn't know what was occurring in front of their eyes until it was too late. So,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. How much did you get a chance to see Rowe play this year, and what do you think about his skill set on the field?
Well, like I said, he's all over the place. What I liked, I saw a little bit of the game last week against Florida. I live in California, so it's kind of hit and miss. I try to watch everybody, a little bit of everybody, once we get it down to maybe 5. So, and I don't vote. And the reason I don't vote is because back when we started this award, I was always traveling on Saturday because I used to do the radio for the Bears. So living in California, I'd always be traveling on Saturday, so I couldn't pick anybody anyway. So I'd always nominate. Otherwise, I'd just nominate a kid from Illinois all the time, but that ain't going to work. So I leave it up to the selectors, who range from general managers on the pro level, scouts, college coaches, and high school. So I'm pretty satisfied with the group that Hub has put together, and I know Hub from my days with the Bears. So I think we got a very legitimate. Last year there were some people upset with the group, and then Aaron Curry, of course, was our winner, and he just blew away everybody at at the combine, so I guess they knew what they were talking about when they picked him. So.
Does it go without saying that he'd be a welcome addition to the Bears?
Right now, we can use anything. We'll ask him. We can maybe get him to play both ways. It'd be fine. Yeah, the Bears are in trouble.
Just seen a little bit of Rolando play. Just what about his stats at the next level? How good was he?
Well, I'm one. He's so big. If he's going to be kind of like a DeMarcus Ware, where he might get in a 3-point on a three down lineman and be the rush guy in the end. He's certainly big enough. He's certainly big enough to play in the middle, and he's got the ability to drop back. So he could be like an every down player, at least from what I've seen. Yeah, he'd be a valuable addition.
How much has it changed, Dick, as far as what guys are asked to do, like Rolando, because of size and speed and
well, the whole thing, speed kills, and it's great to have that, but it's, if you got a guy who can hit and has that desire, now you got somebody. I used to say a lot of times with speed that, a lot of guys use the speed to get out of the way fast. But if you're a hitter and you're going after it and you got speed, it's the combination, and that's the way it seems it's going nowadays. And you got to have that because the defensive player with the rule changes, you can't really, it's patty cake time. I mean, you can't hit the receivers and all that business. So you got to have some speed to match up with the people on offense.